Hello, everyone. I'm Jiaqi Chen from Moons, Japan. Today, I would like to introduce a 50 watts 2 channels DMX LED driver. This new driver is added with Vago pin connector and bracket. The main features of this driver are as follows. The first feature is that this driver is AC wide voltage input from 100 volts to 240 volts. And there are two outputs, each output can be set. The voltage ranges from 8 volts to 55 volts, and the current is adjustable from 200 mA to 1500 mA. For dimming mode, we have tunable white, which uses one signal to control the brightness and another signal to control the color temperature. If we use color temperature lamps, DMX LED driver can also control this function. The second mode is dual, which controls two channels intensity separately. The third dimming mode is solo, which is to use one address to control the two channels dimming simultaneously. Our dimming range is still the same as before, 0.1% to 100%. The dimming curve is logarithmic and linear. We can use two tools to set internal parameters, one is touch setting, the other is smart key. The outline is like this: cable output, signals, DMX positive, DMX negative, and DMX shield. Input, L, N, FG. This driver signal wires only support bus mode. This is the connection method of tunable white. The left one is the LED driver, the middle one is the controller, and the right one is the color temperature luminaire. Two channels can be connected in this way, using two signals to control the color temperature and brightness of the luminaire. This is dual dimming mode. Control two channels separately, just like a normal two outputs driver. The last dimming mode is solo. Just use one signal to control two channels output simultaneously. The main functions of this LED driver are these. For the connection of DMX LED driver, we can connect multiple units to the network, which is the same as the general DMX network. Later, I will introduce how to set our LED driver. Next, let's introduce some settings for the LED driver, with our touch setting. This is our touch setting. Connect it to the USB port of the computer, and then we can set it up. First, use the touch setting to aim at the wireless receiving area, and read the information from LED driver. As you see, this is the setting interface. We can set some basic parameters of the LED driver conveniently. For example, the first parameter dimming strategy has three modes, which were introduced just now: DMX Dual, DMX Solo, and DMX Tunable White. All of them can be selected. We can also set the dimming curves, including gamma, logarithm and square. We also can set two channels minimum dimming level. There are also auxiliary output, fade time and other parameters. I will not introduce them one by one. The DMX initial address is very important. The driver's address that I scan is 5. It represents driver will be controlled by address 5 and 6. When we usually connect to the network, we need to set some addresses before networking. We can use the touch setting to set some basic parameters. It is really convenient. We will introduce the specific connection later. Currently on the stage is a network connection. Now, I use 3 LED drivers and each driver has 2 channels, so there are 6 channels in total. My DMX controller exactly has 6 channels, so I connected 3 LED drivers. These 2 LED drivers has 4 channels, and I connected 3 channels to the luminaire. This luminaire actually has 4 channels of RGBW, but I only connected RGB to the luminaire. These 2 light strips are 24 volts. Our LED driver can be both constant current and constant voltage. It is very convenient. We can use NFC programmer to change driver's constant voltage mode to be 24 volts, 12 volts or 48 volts. The driver works as constant voltage driver. These are 2 light strips. One is warm and the other is cool. We connected them to the 2 channels of our LED driver, then we can dim separately. This is a simple networking. I will do some dimming demonstrations later. It's all turned off now. This one is red. We can push it up slowly. This one is green. We can push it up too. And this one is blue. I connected two normal white light fixtures to the fourth channel. I connected two fixtures in parallel to fourth channel. It is the same as normal. We can do some dimming. The fifth channel is a 24 volts light strip, which is cold color. The sixth channel is a warm light strip. We can also control them separately. This is cool light. This is warm light. What I turning it off. We can adjust the light optionally, just like this. Just like I mentioned before, this is red light. This is green light. And this is blue light. You can also combine them together. Two different lights can be mixed to become another composite light. You can combine whatever you want. This is the principle of RGBW, which can be controlled separately. This is a simple DMX network. You can do some settings or some flashing. Our LED driver is very convenient for networking and controlling LED luminaires. Because it's AC/DC driver, application is much more convenient. That's it for today's introduction. This LED driver has been mass-produced. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We will be at your service at any time. Hope you liked today's video. Thanks.